Hi guys! Okay, so I'm gonna make a quick video on controlling the conversation, okay? So I talked to Julia today and it kind of prompted me to make a video to explain how you guys can control the conversation when someone asks you what you're doing. So for instance, we're going to say this hypothetical person just asks me, Candace, what are you doing? I see you're working out every day. I see you're drinking this shake. Like, what are you doing? I want to be a part of this. I want to get results, blah, 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 blah. Right? So they came to me. Whatever their thing was that they said, I'm the one they're coming to, right? You are the one they're coming to. When someone comes to us, it's because they need our help, right? We know what we're doing. We know what we are doing. I want you guys to be confident in what you're doing. You've gotten yourself this far. You can surely help someone get to where you are, right? That has to do with, getting results, using the products, doing personal development, whatever the heck they want. You are the person they came to. They chose you. They don't doubt you. They chose you for a reason, okay? So once we're past that, you know what you're doing, right? So they come to me and they say, hey, I want to do this thing you're doing. I saw your post about your accountability group. I want to join it. I'm like, awesome. This is great. Okay, I'm controlling the conversation. I'm so excited you want to do this with me. So tell me about your goal. What are you hoping to achieve? That's first question. I need to know what their goal is. Where are we going, right? Because if I'm just like, awesome, here's my link, boo, they're going to be like, because it's about caring. We care about people. As coaches, we care about people like our coach cared about us, right? And theirs and theirs and theirs and theirs. This is a caring business and relationship building because we're changing lives here. We're not just selling someone a product. We are changing their lives. They are getting tools to change everything that they are currently unhappy with or want to improve upon, okay? So, we know what we're talking about. You know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Someone comes to us because they want to do what we do. We're like the expert, right? We're not experts, but we know what we're talking about. I can't say that enough because I feel like people get too caught up in the I don't know what to say. Well, you share your experience with them with the tools that you've used from Beachbody that have got you from point A to now, right? And you can help someone do that, okay? So controlling the conversation, what is your goal? Say this girl is like, well, I just want to lose weight. And you're like, awesome. Great goal, totally possible. What does that look like to you, right? Because I'm being curious. I need to know more because I need to know what program to suggest. So she's like, well, I need to lose 20 pounds. And I'm like, awesome, that's totally doable. How would you feel if you lost 20 pounds, right? Because I'm being curious and I'm adding value and asking these important questions because I want her to focus on why she's doing this, right? So say she's like, I need to lose 20 pounds because I don't have any energy to play with my kids and I want to be active and I want to be the parent outside that can run around with them. And right now I'm just way too tired and I just don't feel well. And I'm like, awesome. I totally understand. Before I was a coach, before I started learning how to properly fuel my body and working out every day, I had no energy. I would come home from work, dead ass tired. I would go sit on the couch. I would binge eat crap food, and then I would just keep feeling bad. And it was just a cycle. And I thought that was normal. That's just how I was supposed to feel. So I'm really glad that you reached out to me because we can totally do this together. And she's like, awesome, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Tells me more stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool. So my second question, tell me about your current eating, your nutrition. What do you eat every day? What is that like? Do you struggle with it? Tell me about it. And I make sure I let them know if they're kind of apprehensive about sharing. I'm like, no judgment. And then I share something about me hey, I used to wake up and eat cake for breakfast because that was the truth. I did. I'd wake up and just cake. Cake was my breakfast. I started my day off feeling like shit. Right? So I would explain to them that's where I was. I just didn't know any better. I would just try to eat healthy, but I would eat a ton of carbs and then no veggies and then a ton of fruit and I just didn't understand portion and structure. So no judgment. And they're like, awesome. Yeah, okay. So, I eat McDonald's and I eat Hot Pockets and I just don't really like to cook and I'm busy. And I'm like, totally get it. I'm busy too. Don't love cooking. That's why I love this meal plan or this eating guide because this eating plan is what we call it now because it's super simple. You don't have to do a lot of cooking, and when you do, you can do it all one day and you can prep it for the week so you're, staying on track and you always have your foods planned out. You know exactly what you're doing. There's a plan, tells you exactly what to eat, tells you when to eat it, tells you exactly what workout to do, when to do it, for how long you're doing it, and then you just, blows your mind, right? And they're like, oh, that sounds good. I need structure, right? Or that's usually what I tell someone. It sounds like you just need structure. And they're like, yes, I just need a plan to follow. And I'm like, yes, Yes, you do, right? So I'll just, form with them some more, ask questions, get to know them, and then I move on to the next question. And this doesn't have to be like a week-long progress. You could, or conversation. You can do this all right? So I write my questions down so I don't get off track, because I am a chatty Cathy, and sometimes I do. So first question, what is your goal? Tell me about that. How would you feel if you achieved that goal, right? Explain to me. So then I'm thinking in my head when they say weight loss and then they say they struggle with nutrition, as I just learned because I asked my hypothetical person, in my head I'm like, all right, 21-day fix, because that's such a great place to start everyone, because it's so basic and the moves are doable and they can be completely 100% modified and it's not too overwhelming. And it's just a really great base for any journey. It's a great base to build upon. That's my belief. I know from experience. I've done it like 5 times. And I'll tell people that I've done it like 5 times. It literally taught me everything I know about how to eat based on my personal body, because everybody's different, what foods agree with me, what foods don't. And it took me, remind you, like 6 months to even really get this down, because I was like trying to figure out the portions and the containers. But once you get it down, it's totally awesome and you're going to start seeing your body change. So just remember, this is a process. And I tell people that this is a process. We're not going to transform everything in 21 days and then all of a sudden you have your, perfect masterpiece. This is a process and we're going to enjoy it and we're going to do it together and I'm going to help you. And they're like, awesome. Yes, that's what I need. And then I go into talking about, since you mentioned you were busy, I think Shakeology would be perfect for you, because you can shake it on the go, or you can blend it up real fast. Takes a minute. My favorite is almond milk, ice, and cinnamon. I do this one almost every single day. I do it when I'm in between working. I do it when I'm leaving the house, so I'm not starving when I'm out shopping, And they're like, oh yeah, that sounds great. And I'm like, yeah, and it's a meal replacement. It's not just a protein shake, just so you're aware. I'm kind of getting a little bit in depth here, but I just want to make sure you guys understand how you control the conversation and you remain relatable. You share your personal experiences, because that's what separates us in this business from any other business, is that we share our experience with it. We aren't just like, here's a candle, yeah, it smells good, right? We're like, nothing against people that sell candles, do your thing. But we're sharing our experience, because they realize that, okay, she's a normal girl, she has struggles, if she can do it, so can I. That's the whole point of this, right? So I asked, what is your goal? What's your nutrition like? And then I dug into those and I related to each one. And then, goals, nutrition. I built Shakeology, up and asked enough questions until I found the needs for that. That's what I do. I ask enough questions on each category to fill the need that they have until I find it. Like when she said she lacked energy, I knew that working out would help her. I knew eating right would help her. I knew Shakeology would help. I could plug it into all those because those are her needs. And as coaches, we have tools from Beachbody to fill people's needs. We're not miracle workers. We just have these tools that have worked for us that will work for other people. So I asked her goals, nutrition. Now I'm going to ask her about fitness. I'm going to say, okay, so would you consider yourself a beginner to fitness? Do you do anything in the past? What's worked for you? What do you like? And she's like, well, I kind of like lifting weights, but I actually haven't worked out or done anything in over a year. So in my head, I'm like, okay, so she'd be a beginner. We're not going to be like Insanity Max 30, because she would be like, what the I quit, because I know I definitely would have if that was my first program. So 21-day fix in my head. I'm like, this is perfect. Okay, so you've never done anything before, or you haven't done anything for a year, and I really think that you'll like the 21-day fix. And then she could be like, what's that, right? And then I'm gonna be like, okay, so we focus on portion control like I mentioned before. It's a simple, clean eating plan, and I'm gonna help you. You just calculate which bracket you're in, and then it's super easy. You eat, the same foods every day if you want, or you can mix it up. You should write it down, track your foods, whatever, because when we track stuff, we can change it, or we can improve upon it. And then I would elaborate a little more on what comes in the challenge pack, okay, you get this, 24/7 access to my accountability group, your containers, your DVDs, this, and that. With the new all access thing, I would offer it right here. I'd be like, just so you know, we actually just launched this really freaking awesome challenge pack that is actually a year access to all of our programs. So I don't want to overwhelm you and think that you need to do them all, but I do want to let you know that the 21-day fix is where we're starting, and you can do that as many times as you'd like. But as for setting up a plan for long term, so that we're, you're not getting bored with the workouts and you're progressing and you're doing new things and you're challenging yourself, this would be a great long-term plan for you. And it's a one-time fee to get this all access of $199, and it's only $40 or 60, 70, 80, 90. It's only like $40 more, right? $40 more, 140, 180. It's only like 50, 40 or $50 more than the base challenge pack for one program. So for an entire year's worth of 100% digital access, you can get every program. So we can set you up with a plan. Like, this is what we're going to start. After you finish your first round of 21-day fix, we're going to reevaluate and say, should we have you do another one, or should we have you move on to a different program, because you're going to have access to all of them. And she can either be like, oh my God, I want access to all of them. Yes. Or no, I think I'd rather just start with the one and see how I like it. And I'm like, that's awesome. Either way, both of them 100% money back guarantee. So, you know, you have nothing to lose. And then she's like, oh, I get my money back. I'm like, yeah, even if you like use Shakeology use the whole bag and it ends up not working for you, like, you get your money back. You can send it back. I've never had anyone send back a challenge pack or anything like this. But I just want to make sure that they know, like, we're not tricking you. We're not locking you into anything. If you don't want to be here, we don't want you here. Like, you don't have to stay here, right? Like, we're here for you. We're here to help you, and we're going to be doing it regardless, and we would love for you to do it with us, but we're not trying to trap you in anything. You know, you have nothing to lose. So why not? And then they're like, oh, that's a good point. So I asked her, what are your goals? What's your food like? And then I asked about fitness. Is there anything you enjoy? Is there anything that you like don't like? Is there anything like what works? What do you like? Oh, no, you know? And then I suggest 21-day fix, and then I went through that. And that is my process. And I keep pretty much those same 3 questions every single time, and I spend a little bit of time on each one relating, sharing my personal experience, sharing experience from other people. Like, I had a woman say, you know, I struggle with the PCOS, and I was like, oh, Haley on our team does, and she's seriously rocking it. And I would send her some of her pictures or some of her posts and her stories, you know, because, I mean, she's showing this is a real person, and it's working for her, and you can relate to her, you know. And I do this with everyone. This is my process. I hope this helps. I would love to hear your guys' feedback, and if there's anything else you want me to elaborate on, I would love to do that. Mwah! All the passion sweats.